How's it going, everybody? So I'm Henry Kaiser. I'm here to introduce you to Pryde, the newest, best way to present yourself while you present VR. So first, what's VR? There's a lot of confusion around it, but the thing to know is that VR is actually the beginning of a 3D internet. I'll give you an example. In 5 years, I'll be hosting my weekly poker night like I do now. I'll have my sister sitting here, my dad, my best friend kind of reclined next to me. And I'll be looking at my sister in her beady little eyes, trying to figure out if she's bluffing me. And she's going to reach over, and she's going to splash the pot. And I'm going to catch that little twitch that she has in her eye that I've known she's had since she was 8. That's her tell. And I'm going to know that even though she's actually in Atlanta, my dad's on a flight to New York, my best friend is actually laying on the beach in Miami. Because there's a level of nonverbal communication you get with a 3D internet you're never going to get from a flat screen. So, oh, wrong button. So what are the 3 things that VR needs to do to present itself as the 3D internet? It needs to say it's about immersion, it's about headsets, and it's about empowering users. Because it can't be any of those things. It's a mistake we've made for the last few years. Myself, even as a journalist, it's misleading the public about what it really is. And it's killing adoption. We were told years ago that VR would be this $30 billion opportunity by 2020. Except at this rate, we'll be lucky if it's 16. Improved presentation and communication to the public will actually solve that. So what are the 3 things that VR needs to present to be the 3D internet? First, you can't present immersion. You can't show it. This doesn't show immersion. This shows clip art of pie in the sky, I don't know what. Oftentimes, when we try to show immersion with video for a VR, you get screen capture, which is a jerky orientation of what the player saw. It can be disorienting if many of you aren't used to looking at first-person videos. None of you would go on vacation and shoot a video like this. It's just not the way we would do it. So instead, present people doing things. Google figured that out when VR launched. They created mixed reality, which is green screens and cameras and some software that you can edit together so you can see what the person is doing in VR. But that costs about $10,000 to do, and you can't ask the everyday adopter to do it from home. So the first thing that Pryde does is we provide an in-game spectator camera that follows the player around without needing to set up anything in the real world. This way, you can actually present what you're doing in a virtual space when you create a video of it. Second thing, VR is about headsets. Don't make it about the headsets. The headsets look kind of weird, but more importantly, they look isolating. This guy doesn't seem like he's connected to something. He looks like he's got a box strapped to his face. So, present how people are connecting. That gesture that you have in virtual reality, that nonverbal communication, the first time you fist bump or high five someone, you get your hands dirty in a mutual activity that you can't do with a flat internet. So every video created with Pryde is connected automatically to video platforms. And then, of course, then to social media. This way, you can connect with your friends about what you're doing in virtual reality. Show them that you're doing things. You talk about why you're excited about VR, and maybe to convince them to adopt as well. VR game developers know this. They want this. They've already been proven that when you watch someone play a game online, the odds of you buying that game go up substantially. So Pryde gets that done. We improve the presentation of VR games. We connect them to social and video platforms. We don't hurt gameplay for the actual person wearing the headset, and we're just easy. What do I mean when I say we're just easy? I mean, game developers are savvy engineers. When we say, we've got this thing, they ask themselves, can I make it myself? And I say, you absolutely can, but you can't do it faster than I can say that sentence. That's how easily we install. We've worked on it for 6 months to make it that simple. So where are we? What's next? We have an MVP of our video plugin ready for sale. We've already talked to over 100 game developers in the last 3 weeks. We have demos scheduled with 20 of them for the first week of September. Most of them aren't available this week. There's a major gaming conference in Germany. So over the course of, by the end of September, we want to convert 5 of these games. That'll give us access to about 5,000 players. Those players will begin creating videos, showing off what they're doing in virtual reality, and they become the foundation of our player account base. Now in Q4, game developers won't need to come to us directly. They can go to the website, sign up, put it in their credit card information, download. I don't need to necessarily have a conversation with them. We'll still be targeting them, though, of course. We want to convert 20 of them before the end of the year, giving us access to about 30,000 player base. The reason I keep mentioning players is that at the beginning of next year, we want to go to those players and say, we want to personalize you. We want to let you be who you want to be. why do we want to personalize them? Well, we've already got a problem. We've created lots of videos at events like these or through testing, and they all kind of look the same. Generic avatars, game characters. If you make one and you make one, you're going to have roughly the same output video. Also, it's really good for that 3D internet. What you need to present is that 3D internet users aren't users, they're people. So you're not a game character. You're not a generic avatar. You're you. So with the next phase of our company, we want to create software where you're taking a selfie video from your smartphone or from your webcam. We will render out an avatar of you that's clearly and distinctly you, that you can take with you from game to game to game. Now, it's not just good for the player, it's also good business. We only need a couple hundred games to adopt this in that case to have access to millions of players. When you monetize on top of that player base, saying, give me a couple bucks for your avatar, revenue goes up quickly. When you build a marketplace on top of that, so you can say, continually customize the microtransaction, it conservatively explodes. So player adoption is really what drives big revenue in this space. The small games, they validate for the medium-sized games. The medium studios, they have large player bases that we can then mass monetize, but they also provide leverage for us to go to the big studios and say, you don't need a video sharing service, but your players want to be themselves in your application, whether it's a game or industrial, educational, social. We aim for ubiquity across the entire virtual future. The vision for us is a world of connected presence. Be yourself in any digital experience. Connect with your friends. See them as they want to be seen in shared 3D experiences. And then, instead of just doing photos and video, invite my mother back in to watch her daughter splash the pot the following day, as though she's really there the first time, with full virtual replay. This way you can be present anywhere, anytime, on demand. We're Pryde. We want to be the most human communications platform ever. My name is Henry Kaiser. This is Vegeta Oha and Chen Chen. Please find us tonight. We are looking for investment to fund the next phase of our company. And you can find us on the floor, or you can find us in the VR lab afterwards, and we'll show you how this works. Thank you.